Welcome back to more Kirby and the Forgotten Land. Last time, we made it through the Ultimate Cup Z and defeated Chaos Elphalus. This time, we're going to go around Waddle Dee Town, showing off the remaining figures and a few other details around town. Off-screen, I did buy most of the remaining figures, except for one for demonstration purposes, because there is now a new Waddle Dee in town who can actually trade us figures. Hiya, Kirby. Listen, you're collecting Gacha Machine figures, right? I've been admiring your collection. I just used a Gacha Machine, and it gave me a figure that you don't have. So, would you care to trade one of your rare stones for my Gacha Machine figure, Kirby? Twin Drill. Unleash brutal attacks with double the drill power. Your speed and damage are both increased, and you can attack enemies above you while still burrowing below. If you ever have a rare stone to spare and feel like collecting more figures, well, I'll be here. I'm always ready to trade. So that means we have every regular figure, if I'm not mistaken. All that's left are a few special figures that are obtained through different means. Next up, we have never gone to the movie theater. Congratulations, Kirby! All of the movies are now available in this cinema. To celebrate, we want you to have a special figure. Usher Waddle Dee. After the town was destroyed, this movie-loving Waddle Dee decided that the cinema needed to be rebuilt right away. Sure, food and shelter are important, but so are movies. As for his favorite movie, it probably has to be all of them. Would you like to watch a movie, Kirby? This is a cutscene viewer. The figure is unlocked by clearing the Ultimate Cup Z and unlocking the final cutscene, Finding the Light. Feel free to stop in anytime. Oh, I like how Kirby and Elflin are on one of the movie posters. But there's more to see here. Over here. Ooh, there's a strange message in this pamphlet. Kirby story. This must be the hidden present code. People actually think this might be a reference to Mario & Luigi Superstar Saga, where there's a movie poster that says Kirby story. That feels like a very deep-cut reference if that's actually the case, but if that is true, that's actually really cool. Obviously, there are still a few more codes around town, so before we go any further, let's actually find them. One should be up here. Any time now, Elflin. You kind of have to be in a very specific spot for Elflin to actually prompt you with the code, which can sometimes be a little tricky, as we are discovering. I thought it was on the roof here. Is it not up here? Weird. I could have sworn there was one up here. There we go. Huh? There's something written here. Kirby the Gourmet. Is this a hidden present code? Again, very specific sometimes. That's two so far, along with first password and thank you Kirby, which is on the wall next to the wall Deliveries, and by the statue after collecting all the Waddle Dees. Next up, we want to fly up here. Hey, look at this. There's a code hidden here. Brawling Coliseum. Is this a hidden present code? And once you actually clear the main story and Meta Knight starts hanging around on this little pillar, have you wondered why the Beast Pack stopped attacking and left this town alone? You certainly helped when you arrived, Kirby, but the Waddle Dees told me that Meta Knight has been fighting to protect the town all on his own. He keeps watch a day and night. He's even doing it right now from that perch up there. Gosh, Meta Knight is so strong and so cool. Something is written on this wall. Thank you, Meta Knight. Is this a hidden present code? If I'm not mistaken, that should be all of the present codes that are in the game. There were several that were distributed online, but because some of them actually expired by the time this playthrough went live, I'm actually not going to go over those. Welcome to Wild Deliveries. You can enter a present code here to claim a delivery present. If you have any present codes that were announced online, we can connect online to claim them. You have a present code that you'd like to enter? Okay, go ahead and enter your present code. Going forward, I think I'll skip through that just to save time, because we'll be entering, what, 5 passwords? 4 passwords, I think. These are case sensitive, they have to be all capital letters, which is actually really weird. Aha, that code checks out. Your delivery present is already on its way. Look for it in front of your house. Hold on a sec, Kirby. I have one other present to deliver to you, directly this time. I want to thank you for using Wild Deliveries so often, so here's a special figure just for you. Delivery Waddle Dee. This dutiful delivery Dee works for Waddle Deliveries in town. He gets helpful items to your doorstep with blinding speed. Kirby's handwriting makes it hard to read the present codes sometimes, but this kind soul approves the orders anyway. Alright, so for entering a certain amount of present codes, luckily there are enough in the base game without relying on the online codes. A delivery present arrived with this present code, Brawling Coliseum. You got 500 star coins and 1 attack boost. I actually don't want the attack boost for something later on. We'll talk about that later. We're actually entering enough codes to actually get the figure, so I actually don't know if I am actually going to take the time to show these. So various present codes will give you star coins and other items like rare stones, and like Kirby the Gourmet will give you a Carmouth cake. Actually, one is definitely worthwhile. Didn't you see, Kirby? Your delivery present was already delivered to your house. Go take a look. Okay, that's kind of weird. We actually have to pick this up before it will let us proceed. So yeah, for example, yeah, Kirby the Gourmet, thank you Kirby, and thank you Meta Knight are the ones that will actually give you rare stones. So those are definitely worthwhile, especially early on. By the way, for 100%, you do not need to level up abilities beyond the 3 or 4 major evolutions. You don't need the attack ups, because frankly those cost rare stones, but if you want to evolve or upgrade abilities to be more powerful after evolving them, you can always go through the arena or Coliseum multiple times, especially with Morpho Knight that trivializes it, in order to get more rare stones and evolve or level up every ability. Because that's not required for 100%, I will not be doing that in this playthrough, because collecting enough rare stones to level up every ability from here on out would just take a long time, and especially because we did the ultimate challenge, there's nothing really left, so I don't really feel the need to go through that. Welcome! Waddle Dee's item shop is here to support you on your adventure. So we're just gonna buy a bunch of stuff. Life up, you got it. That'll be 300 star coins. Thanks for your purchase. When you're ready to use this stock item, just hold down X. This will take a bit since we have to actually use the item every time. For the sake of time, I will be skipping through a little bit of the text. Speed boost, you got it. That'll be 150 star coins. by the way, since the Kirby amiibo gives you the health extension, the Meta Knight amiibo gives you a speed boost, and the King Dedede amiibo gives you the power boost. But yeah, all other amiibo just give you like healing items, coins, stuff like that. I think the QB amiibo actually gives you like a healing item, as like a stock healing item, but I don't have a QB amiibo because I was like for Box Boy in Japan, so yeah, I definitely can't test that one very easily. So many amiibo are super rare, and I wish more of them had been like released internationally, like the QB one. As someone who's never even played Box Boy, I think it's a fun concept for an amiibo. I think we need one more item. I think we need to buy 5 things in total. Maybe not. Maybe we need more items than I was thinking. I thought we bought one already, so that's why I thought it would have been like, we would have gotten it by now, but maybe not. Hey Kirby, got a minute? You've been such a loyal customer. I wanted to thank you, so I got you this special figure. Item Shop Waddle Dee. This enterprising Waddle Dee opened his own item shop in town. He sells special items that will help you out. He also supplies the cafe with an energy drink that he makes by hand. They have a special business arrangement. 2 energy drinks for 3 Kirby burgers. As a bonus reward for collecting every figure, you will now hear special music playing over the collection screen. And with that, we have achieved 100%. Again, a lot of things are optional, like, thankfully, the higher difficulties for the tilt and roll, which involve like the Gordos and fewer walls to keep the ball in bounds. So luckily we don't have to worry about things like that. Again, you don't need every present code, you only have to redeem a few of them. I might redeem one more, probably the Thank You Meta Knight one. But yeah, several are available online, but have expiration dates. Yeah, I think all of the ones that have been announced at the time of this recording will have expired by the time this video goes live. So yeah, the one other one I think I'll actually show is Thank You Meta Knight, because again, we get rare stones from that, so that's definitely worth entering. Even though we actually don't have any purpose for rare stones if we're not going after the fully powered up abilities. That code checks out. Your delivery present is already on its way. Look for it in front of your house. Alright, so that's one more present code entered. Again, I thought it was more like 5 present codes that you had to enter. I think we only put in like 3 or 4. A delivery present arrived with this present code. Thank you, Meta Knight. You got 3 rare stones. Alright, so that's definitely worthwhile, especially early game. The only downside of this is you basically don't learn about the code organically until you beat the main game. So this might save you time from like, you know, because we had to go back and forth a few times to upgrade abilities as we were collecting rare stones, so that would save you a little bit of time. I think in the process of actually recording this playthrough, my like 7-day trial for the Nintendo Switch Online on my backup account actually would have expired, so I don't think I could actually get info from Wise Waddle Dee, but let's try. How do you do, Kirby? Would you like to hear the latest info from around the world? Oh, look at that! You've collected every blueprint! Stellar work, Kirby. I had nary a doubt in you. The most popular Waddle Dee cafe item is Maximum Tomato. It's had 3,113,335 orders. So far you've saved 200 Waddle Dees, and the combined total saved all over the world is 212,634,367 Waddle Dees. Would you like to hear more? The solo world record for Meta Knight Cup in Wild Mode without any power-up items or amiibo was 6 seconds, or 6:33, and it looks like they won with Toy Hammer Plus. When I say Carmouth Cake, you get a bit hungry. That item has been eaten 1,229,221 times so far. The number of star coins you've collected so far is 36,496, and the combined total of star coins collected all over the world is 24,087,132,353. Would you like to hear more? Today's top trend is Meta Knight Sword. It's the most popular ability in the world right now. This week's world record for flash fishing is 11,913 grams. For pop flowers, you've helped 161 bloom during your adventure. The combined total of bloomed pop flowers all over the world is 245,081,072. Would you like to hear more? The solo world record for the Ultimate Cup in Wild Mode without any power-up items or amiibo was 2 minutes 24 seconds, and it looks like they won with Masked Hammer Plus. So far, the number of times you've inhaled objects during your adventure is 533. Globally, the total count for objects inhaled is 689,518,002. So far, the total number of Awoofies you've defeated is 468, and a combined total of 560,513, 560,513,912 Awoofies have been defeated worldwide. Would you like to hear more? Let me see. The world record for defeating Leongar is 7 seconds, or 7:39 with the normal ability. The solo world record for the Ultimate Cup Z in Wild Mode without any power-up items or amiibo was 3 minutes 25 seconds, and it looks like they won with Toy Hammer Plus. Press LR to guard and take less damage from attacking enemies. Anytime you'd like to learn more, I'll be more than happy to share. Some of those times are wild. I don't know how accurate some of those are. I'm a little bit skeptical if I'm being completely honest. So yeah, my account actually didn't run out, which actually shows how quickly I recorded most of this Let's Play, because I'm very excited about this game. So, next up, I want to talk about two things, and both can be, are best explained in Kirby's house. First things first, we have all of the pictures. On this wall, we have the main game, the true ending through the Isolated Isles, Cafe Waddle Dee, or Waddle Dee Cafe, Flash Fishing, and Tilt and Roll. Over here, we have 100% completion, the Ultimate Cup Z, oh wait, that's just, yeah, that is the Ultimate Cup Z, then Meta Knight Cup, then Ultimate Cup, and then all rare stones through treasure roads. A nice little indication that you've actually completed the game, but there is something else worth showing here. To end off this playthrough, the music will actually change once you've collected every figure, all 256, and I also wanted to take some time to highlight a couple of the figures we didn't see in the main playthrough, like Leongar. King of the Beasts Leongar. Here sits the powerful commander of the Ferocious Beast Pack. He's become a pawn for an invading species from beyond the stars, tasked with gathering food, capturing the Waddle Dees to use as a power source, and most importantly, retrieving the lost subspecimen tagged as IDF-87. Invasive species Fectoforgo larva. When IDF-86 arrived, it began attacking all of the native wildlife. The creature was captured soon after and turned into a test subject. The native inhabitants used it to create tech beyond their wildest dreams. They eventually used that tech to leave the planet altogether, but IDF-86 remained, forgotten and fractured. Invasive species Fectoforgo, invading species alone and incomplete without Elflin, was trapped in the Eternal Capsule. Their only refuge was the realm of their dreams. Those dreams spread powerful waves of psychic energy all over the world, slowly taking control of the animals they reached. Escape would require more energy. Ultimate life form Fecto Elfilus. The Elflin we first met was born from a small, compassionate soul that hid behind greater, invasive ambitions. Without a soul to temper its power, the creature's spatial teleportation ability ran amok, opening mysterious vortices left and right. Now that they're whole again, they're already planning their next invasion. So this does a good job of explaining some of the lore that we actually didn't necessarily see in the main story, and again, this is kind of why I feel like having the pause screen bios would have been nice, especially because you might not even get the figures at a good time. Actually, we did get this one on screen. That was for the Ultimate Cup. Also, the Lone Illusion Phantom Meta Knight. The lone illusory foe that you encountered outside of Forgo Dreams. When Fectoforgo tried to control Meta Knight like it had King Dedede, the experienced swordsman came out on top through sheer force of will, but the result was this mysterious doppelganger, formed by the residual psychic energy. I might be reading too much into this, but I almost hope that might be a hint at something. Past games have had Meta Knight modes. Part of me wonders if they could do something with this, like have Meta Knight have a mode of showing him arriving in this world and trying to be controlled and fighting back. Something like that could actually be really cool for like a DLC mode. What other ones had we not seen? I don't know if we saw a couple of these actually. Possessed Beast Forgo Leon, the species tagged as the specimen tagged as IDF-86 left formless and floating after a humiliating defeat, fled to Forgo Dreams to plot their next steps, create a new army of phantom beasts, and claim Langar's body as their own. When Kirby arrived to force them out, IDF-86 had no choice but to reveal their own phantom form. Fluttering Dream Eater Morpho Knight. The fluttering fiend that casts judgment upon final battles is drawn toward the isolated isles of Forgo Dreams. There it feasts on the most powerful soul it finds, takes the fearsome form of a scarlet-clad knight. Let the most challenging battle of this new world begin. Meow meow, wake up Leon! The soul fragments collected by Kirby and Claraline have been returned to their owner, Leongar. Now restored as Leon, is free of IDF-86's corrupting mind control. This world is in good pause once again. And this is a star one, or a crown one, meaning we did get this one, I think, through the story. Yeah, I think I remember going through that one. The ones that have crowns are like the special, like one-time ones. Also, since we didn't actually see it in action. Deep sleep. Walk to bed and get all cuddly cozy. You'll show everyone your full potential after you wake up. Sleep is actually not as bad as it is in the older games. Like we saw, we can actually walk around a little bit with it, but you can also regain health with sleep, which is something that I don't think we actually saw in the playthrough. I'm not quite sure what actually differentiates deep sleep and regular sleep. So yeah, that's a lot of the figures I wanted to show off. Again, like, Leon being mind-controlled isn't as apparent that I think the game should have made it, if I'm being completely honest. Also, adventure together. Bandana, Waddle Dee, and Elflin have joined Kirby's victory dance. Kirby's dancing is cute and carefree, but his singing voice is super powerful. Let's all sing along with him next time. Woohoo, great job, Kirby. I feel like Mike should have been in this game with this description. Another thing is, if you press plus, this figure will now be displayed inside Kirby's house. You can display up to 3 figures at once. So that's one figure. Let's pick some more suitable figures to include. Again, a lot of these do have descriptions, but I kind of wanted to highlight some of the more plot-relevant ones. Yeah, in general, I do miss the pause screen bios just because it made it a lot more like easy to just quickly toggle through bios and item descriptions. As is, it's a little bit more like obscure where everything is hidden. Yeah, I'm trying to think of other figures to include. If I can find the Waddle Dee band. So yeah, we'll put this one in our house. And let's see, what else? Maybe Caroline, or Leon and Carol. Another feature is you can press A to examine the figure. I like how Kirby is just staring down this figure. A discovery was made about Chaos Elphalus, that the way the light hits Elphalus's eye, specifically in Chaos form, actually will track the player instead of tracking Kirby, which is very ominous and a very specific detail that I actually think is really cool. And you can tell in the figure that it looks like Chaos Elphalus is looking at us instead of like... And apparently they'll do this in the fight as well, so a very cryptic detail that's easily shown off in the figure viewer. Sadly, you can't do like in old Super Smash Bros. Games and line up all your figures in one space, like on a table. You can only view one at a time. You know what? Let's actually show off something. I didn't use Deep Sleep, and now I'm curious. So with sleep, regularly, I feel like Kirby will automatically sleep on his own. It looks like you can activate it with Deep Sleep. So if you need a heal, so many copy abilities, which one is your favorite, Kirby? Okay, I didn't know it gave you a bed. Actually, I did know that. I saw pictures of Kirby on a bed, sleeping on top of his actual bed. So I did know about this, but I forgot. So yeah, you can kind of choose when to activate it, unlike regular sleep, which will go off on its own after a set amount of time. Like Kirby will kind of like stagger along and then fall asleep, and then you get a little bed too. But again, Kirby actually regains health with sleep, so it's actually way better than in the older games. Also, because I talked about a lot of the abilities myself, the weapons shop Waddle Dee will also give you item hints if you talk to him with a specific copy ability, like he'll tell you some of the controls. Also, I kind of glossed over the figures over on the fireplace, so I just wanted to highlight that. When we heard Leongar had gone missing, I wasn't sure what we should do. I'm so glad we managed to save him. Now that everyone is safe, I hope we can make all kinds of unforgettable memories together. And on that note, yeah, we've gotten 100%, and we've gone over everything I wanted to show in Kirby and the Forgotten Land. Again, this game is great. As the first 3D Kirby game, it definitely lived up to or exceeded a lot of my expectations. And I'm looking forward to the future of Kirby. I highly recommend this game for fans of Kirby and 3D platformers because it is a great time. But on that note, thank you for watching, and I hope you'll join me next time for something different.